everyone, welcome back to my channel. Oh, I should move my drinks of the day. We have a baby witch's brew. Cheers. Moving on. I wanted to film like in front of this big bookshelf, but the lighting was just so yellow, and it still kind of is, but it's a little better in this angle. So yeah, I'm back with a wrap up plus TBR, my little seasonal wrap ups and TBRs that I try to do most seasons. I know a lot of people do monthly, but I don't read fast enough to do it monthly. So even this one is probably my smallest seasonal wrap up to date, but we do have a few good ones on my TBR. So let's just get right into it. The stats are crazy. I read one book this summer, guys. Who's proud of me? I'm not joking. I literally read one singular book this summer, and it was for a video. So if you've watched that video, you've already seen like all of my full thoughts and reviews on it. I'll give a quick little rundown and whatever. And I'm currently in the middle slash sort of DNF'd one book and just started a different book. I'll get into it. But the one that I finished is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I rated this 5 stars. This was a 5-star read, so I'm glad that the only book that I read this summer was at least very good, and I really enjoyed it, and it did end up being a 5-star. This is her newest book. I bought it like, I believe the day it came out, or like around the time it came out, and I read it really fast. I read most of her books pretty fast. Oh, I want to get the sticker off. I still haven't done that. But I also just love the cover. Taylor Jenkins Reid's books are just so good to me. They're like sort of a historical fiction-esque. This one is about a female astronaut in the 1980s. She's like one of the, there's a few other female astronauts, or like aspiring female astronaut, and she's with like this training group. Like they're all training to become astronauts. She's like one of the first female ones, and you just kind of go through this journey of like how she fell in love with space and like wanted to be an astronaut, and going through the training and everything, along with like her own personal life, like issues she's dealing with in that regard, as well as, you know, some romances that may pop up. And just like the main character really like finds herself, I feel like, through this astronaut program, and you really see her grow and like blossom into the person that she's like meant to be, which is like so cliche, whatever, but the way it comes about is so interesting and just like such an easy read. You don't have to know anything about NASA, and it's not like the author's like constantly like feeding you information about it either. It's just kind of like, oh, throw it in there here and there, so you do get to like learn a little bit about it as well, but it's not like overwhelming where like you're reading a science textbook or anything like that. So highly recommend reading this. And if you want like full in-depth detail and reactions to me reading this, especially like the last chapter, go check out my reading vlog that I did with it a few months ago now, I would say. So go check that out. But yeah, this is my one book that I read this summer, guys. I'm just gonna put it right back in its spot just for easy cleanup. Moving on to the books that I have started this summer but have not finished in time. I know it's still summer, but like I'm getting into the fall mood. Like I'm ready to transition into some fall reads, so I figured I'd just do this wrap up now. The next book that I have started is Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I've had this on my physical TBR for so long at this point. I just wanted like a good thriller to kind of sink my teeth into after reading Atmosphere. Also just like being in a book slump, I just didn't know what I wanted to read, so I was like, I feel like a thriller could like help with my book slump, I guess. This is about the Darker family. Daisy's like the main character, and they're at their like grandmother's house. They're all like coming together one last time type of thing. Well, I don't think it's like they know it's the last time, but it's like their grandma's birthday, so they're all like there to celebrate that. But you can't like access the house like during the night because the tide comes in, so it's like they have to wait till morning to like be able to leave or whatever. And like all these things are supposedly happen. Like this is from reading the back of the book. I am on page 74 in the middle of a chapter. Not really sure why I stopped in the middle of a chapter. It kind of goes like hour by hour during the night. So right now I'm at 12:30 a.m. The tide goes out at 6 a.m. so it's like 5.5 hours to low tide, and I just feel like nothing's really happened yet. Like, I don't know, for me a thriller is like good when it's like thrilling from the start, and you just maybe like a little bit of setup, but it's just like not as like fast paced as I was thinking it would be. And I was like, oh, they're all just gonna like stay up, and I don't know, but they all like went to bed at one point, so now they're all like in their own beds, and like I don't know, I'm just like confused as to like how this is gonna get like really scary and freaky, because apparently something happens. Yeah, people, this is on the back, their grandma's found dead. That's not a spoiler, it's on the back. So I did get to that part. Their grandma's found dead at midnight, so we're dealing with that right now, but they all like went to bed before that, and I thought they would have like all been up and then someone found it. I don't know. So, but then every hour or whatever, someone keeps dying. So like you have to figure out who in the house is the killer, because like no one, you can't get on or like away from the house. It's just like not what I expected, so I don't know why I went into this with like expectations in the first place. I shouldn't have done that. I am like enjoying it, and I think I'm gonna continue it. It's just like not what I was looking for in the moment, and I just had to put it down because it was like just moving kind of slow. Nothing too insane like happening besides like the grandma dying, but again, that's on the back of the book, so it's like expected. I will probably continue it. It's just like I just kind of trailed off from reading it, and I was just really busy this past month, most of July and obviously the beginning of August and everything with moving and stuff, so I just didn't have time to read or any like will to read. So now that I'm more settled in and it's gonna be fall cozy time, I will definitely be picking up more books, and I actually did start this book while I was here. I'm on page 50, chapter 9, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm just obsessed with the cover and the sprayed edges. I don't always love sprayed edges on paperbacks, but this one is just like so perfect. I love it. I just was like, okay, the thriller didn't hit, maybe a rom-com, or not rom-com, but like, I guess this is called contemporary romance. Just like a more romance book might help me get into the reading mood again. Also, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood is currently being filmed into a movie, and I'm loving it. I'm following the main characters on TikTok and like Lily Reinhart and all that, and I'm loving all the like content they're giving us, so I'm very excited about that. I might try and reread Love Hypothesis before it comes out, but I always say I'm going to and then I never do. So yeah, this is one by Ali Hazelwood that I just haven't had the chance to read yet. I believe this came out this year, if I remember correctly. Guys, I'm like so behind on her books for some reason, I don't know, but I think this came out February of this year. It's so good. It's about two college swimmers. One is a diver and one is just like on the swim team. The girl is the diver. He's like going to the Olympics and all this stuff, and I think she like wants to go to the Olympics, so they like, you know, come up with this thing to like help each other. It's this whole thing. I haven't like gotten too far into it yet. I feel like we're just starting to like really get into like the main premise of the book, but I've heard very mixed reviews on this, so we'll see if I like it. I'm not sure. I'm liking it so far. Come back for, I'll include, if I do finish these two books, these will be in my fall wrap up, but so I guess these will be in 2 wrap ups, but I just wanted to show that I am still trying to finish books. Yeah, so those are 2 that I'm currently working on right now, so I will show you what I plan to read once I'm done with those. So I'm gonna start with the ones that I have physically with me right now, and that is also only gonna be 2, but I do have a longer list than just 2 for my fall TBR. I think this is now the 3rd fall that I had the intention to read this and just have not. I bought this, yeah, like 3 falls ago. And I was like, well, it's kind of too late for me to read this now, so I'll read it next year. And then I just didn't read it last year, so I will be reading this year. I'm just obsessed with the cover. It's You Again by Kate Goldbeck. Very fall vibes. I guess I heard this is kind of like When Harry Met Sally, which I've never actually seen that movie, so maybe I'll like read this and then watch the movie and see if people are right. I really keep forgetting like what it's even about. Okay, so they hate each other instantly, and then I'm assuming, yeah, their paths cross again, and I'm sure a spark happens. Yeah, I'm just, again, like reading this, I just want to like go sit on a park bench in the fall with the leaves surrounding me reading this book. I just think that would be beautiful, so let you guys know if I do end up reading that. And the next physical book that I have is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I wanted to read this like as soon as it first came out when everyone was talking about it. I feel like I didn't really get it spoiled, but I know like something kind of insane happens in like the very ending, I think. But this is another prequel to the Hunger Games series. They're already like casting the next movie and like making the movie for it, so I will definitely finish it before the movie comes out. Obviously, I've always been a Hunger Games girl from when it very first came out. I think I don't remember if the whole series was out when I started reading it. I don't think it was. I think I was like actively reading it as the series was coming out, so I'm an OG Hunger Games stan. Absolutely love the movies. Me and my mom both read all the books and watched all the movies, and I've read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes when it first came out. Then I finally saw the movie on a plane last year, so finally got to watch it. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I'm absolutely obsessed, so I'm excited to see where this story takes us. This is Haymitch's story, which I've always been intrigued by his story and like how his games went and everything, so this will definitely be an interesting read. Okay, these next few books, like I said, I don't have the physical copies with me because actually one of them isn't even out yet, but I'm looking forward to being able to go and buy these once I read these other books that are sitting in front of me. So the first one is actually a Christmas book, but it comes out I think September like 30th or something, or maybe, I don't know, it comes out sometime in September. It's Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, which you guys know. I feel like she's like my #1 favorite author just because she like knows how to make a classic. I don't want to say cheesy. When I say cheesy, I don't even mean that in a bad way, just like classic cheesy romance rom-com, like the perfect book to just sit down and binge. And now she's made a holiday Christmas one, so I will be picking that up as soon as it comes out. At least read most of it, you know, kind of as the holiday season approaches and everything. I don't even really know what it's about, but I know it's by my favorite author and it's about my favorite season. Very excited for that. Then I have We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clearweir. Sorry, I don't know how to say his last name. Let me bring it up because I'm not 1000% sure. I feel like I should have done some research before sitting down to film this. This book has like really good reviews. It just sounds like a very interesting thriller slash almost horror type of book from what I have put together. So this couple that flips houses gets a really good deal on an old house, and they're working in the house, and then one day the old family that used to live there wants to show their kids around, but then as soon as they do, weird things start happening. Things, spine-tingling novel, like things start happening in the house, and so it sounds like sort of like a paranormal type situation. I don't know, I don't really read too many thrillers like that, but, or I guess horror in general, so I'm kind of excited to read that during spooky season. Just like maybe one weekend, just have a nice cozy weekend in and read that, get myself in the Halloween spirit, and just be freaked out. I do love books and movies like that, so I'm like, it just sounds very interesting. So if you've read that book, let me know. It has a, okay, 3.79 stars on Fable, so I feel like that's pretty good. So again, let me know if you guys have read that, what you thought about it. And then the other one, another spooky thrillery book is Murder Road by Simone St. James. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone to try and bring up the information on these books. A young couple finds themselves haunted by a string of gruesome murders committed along an old deserted road. So yeah, this couple like takes a wrong turn and they end up on Murder Road. Pick up a hitchhiker, which don't really know why you would do that. Lots of things sounds like happens after they pick up the hitchhiker. Again, not sure why you would pick up a hitchhiker on Murder Road, but I guess we will find out once I read that. I feel like it'd be kind of fun to do like a little like scary book marathon with Murder Road and We Used to Live Here. Like they both sound like freaky and like creepy. I'll definitely have to read those during the daytime though. It seems like. So yeah, those are all of the books that I am hoping to get to this fall. With me not going back to school this fall, I will probably have lots more time hopefully to be doing this reading. So hopefully my next season's wrap up will be much more interesting and packed full of books that I have actually read. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye.